Has to be hurt. That was one hell of a cliff he drove his van off. If you don't come out of that wreckage without a scratch.
I'm going to tell you right now, that crash was a diversion. Jerry staged the whole thing to give him some extra time.
Okay, but if he is the Balkan, do you think he would knowingly drive his van off a cliff with his son's body in the back? That had to be a real crash. Problem is, we don't know where Jerry is, and we got to find him.
All we got to do is wait. Because Jerry's going to come to us.
We try something different than barricading Brenda up in your place and using her as bait to get Jerry to show up.
You know, Jerry and I have a long history.
Yeah, you've made that clear.
Okay, so I'm hoping that he'll come after me, figuring that that's going to leave Brenda vulnerable.
What, he's not even going to think of me and Lucky as being a factor?
You guys are cops. You have to play by the rules. I will break the law to protect Brenda. That's why I'm his biggest obstacle.
Okay, what happens if he comes at you indirectly, goes after someone you care about to try and make another
trade? He already
trade?
tried that. He sent a guy and he's dead. Jerry knows he's going to have to handle me himself. Besides, the people that Jerry would use as leverage against me are also people close to Jax.
So they're off limits?
Well, he wouldn't do anything to hurt Jax or the people around him.
Well, what about Brenda?
She's not family. That's all Jerry cares about.
Hi, does Brenda Barrett live here?
Who are you?
Jeffrey Sims. Is Miss Barrett available?
Well, why don't you tell us what you want with her?
Are you Detective Dante Falconeri?
Hey, what do you...
No, that's correct. What do you want? Why don't you tell us who you are and what you want here?
Dante Falconeri, you've been served. You're co-defendant with Miss Barrett.
Brenda Barrett and Dante Falconeri are being sued for wrongful death by the family of Anton Banovic.
Is that the guy Brenda shot in the eye?
Apparently, they want monetary damages for unnecessary loss of life.
You know what? I don't care. Just make it go away, Diane. Make this go away.
Absolutely, because, you know, this is as easy as waving a wand or folding my arms and blinking. This is a civil suit, Jason, and the burden of proof is much lighter in cases like this.
Okay, can't you argue self-defense? This guy tried to kidnap her.
Unfortunately, we only have your word for that, Dante, because Brenda never went on record and made a formal statement, and now she's going to have to be deposed.
No, that's not going to happen.
Yes, it's going to happen. That's the only way I can make a case.
No, Diane,
you don't
it's
understand.
not
I
going to happen.
don't understand. Yes, I never understand until somebody explains it to me.
We need to know that this conversation is covered by attorney-client privilege.
Aren't they all?
Diane.
Yes. This is a confidential conversation.
All right. A few years ago, Brenda was going out with a guy named Alexander Janicek. He turned out to be the Balkan son.
Well, that was ill-advised. God, you would think somewhere along the line she would learn. Sorry, I digress. Please continue.
Okay. She found out he was involved in criminal activity, broke it off with him. He wouldn't take no for an answer, came to the States to find her. Long story longer, he ended up dead. She shot him to save my life.
And that's when this whole thing started. The Balkan thinks Brenda knows something about how his son died.
Well, that would certainly explain Brenda's emotional state on the night she shot
too
Anton
fragile
Banovic.
for a deposition. She can get scared and confused and incriminate herself in Alexander's death, and we can't let that happen.
Oh, Siobhan, there's really no point for you to try to talk me out of taking risks. It's not a fight that you're gonna win. And honestly, I hate refusing you.
You're a decent man, Lucky. But I just got done grieving. I'm not interested in doing it again.
Well, I'll try not to take your lack of faith in me personally. Listen, just so you know, I'm fine, okay? I can handle myself. I mean, I've been doing it so far, right?
Yeah. Well, aside from your stay in the summer.
That was just a brief stay.
You're quick on your feet, but you're not bulletproof. No one is. Try to remember that.
I will.
Oh, that'll be Dante. I should get out of your way.
Hey, I brought over every file, I could get my hands on about Jerry and the Balkan. Maybe we can go through this stuff again, see if we missed anything the first few times.
Yeah, where's Jason?
He's taking Brenda to his house. The plan is to keep her there and make Jerry come to them. Try using Alexander's body again to flush out Jerry.
Even if forensics is able to recover Alexander's remains from the wreckage, there's no way Jerry's gonna go back and pick them up himself. He's just gonna send some hired hand to do it. I think Jason's right. All we can do is wait.
I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for Jerry to come at Brenda again. Why don't we find out who he talks to? Where does he go? Who does he turn to for help?
Well, the most obvious person is Jax, but Jerry's too smart to leave a trail to his brother.
What about Ronan's safe deposit box, the pictures? Maybe there's a clue in those photos of how Ronan connected to the Balkan.
I know, man. I don't. We can look through them, but I'm telling you, I don't think we're gonna find anything. Siobhan and I went over this like 100 times already.
You sure it's smart to involve her in this?
Well, if it weren't for Siobhan, we'd still be trying to figure out the Balkan's real identity. She's the one that gave us the name Jack, which got us one step closer to Jerry.
Yeah, she's been a great help, that no question. But the more she knows, the more danger she's in. She's already been grabbed once by the Balkan. You want to risk that happening again?
I invited Siobhan to come to New York with me to pick up Ronan's safety deposit box. When I got to the hotel, she was already in my room waiting for me, and I tried to send her home, but she refused. Instead, she came up with a plan to divert the Balkan's men so we could walk away with the package.
I just think you need to be careful. Look, Siobhan's not safe until the Balkan's out of commission. That's not going to happen until we get a good lead.
You know what? I think we should start with Brenda. I'd like to question her because I think she knows more than she's saying.
And Jason's already questioned her a few times.
I know, and I never thought I'd say this, but I think Jason's a little too soft on Brenda. He sees her as this fragile thing he has to protect, and there's no way he's gonna push her for answers like I would.
Okay, I think we need to leave Brenda alone.
Since when did you become so protective of Brenda?